Okay, I've created a, I guess, hardcore mode. I'm gonna be a necromancer warrior and use an axe. I just wanted to. I think having strength would probably be better, but I just wanted the aesthetic or whatever of necromancer. Um, just something fun, just like super survivable melee touch with an axe. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go, but it's just for fun. Anyway, I'm not going to stay in pre for too long. I'm just going to, I'll do a few of the quests and I'll get all the skills for both professions. But after that, I'll be leaving pre by grabbing the beginning quest, and also I always talk to Gwen because this quest is bugged. It doesn't even give that much experience, but anyway. Well, that's interesting. Also start this quest. This is the only time I'm gonna party with someone. Alright, anyway, not pretty, but it gives you this shield that has plus 10 armor against char, which is nice for the early post-searing missions. And then you talk to this guy, Namar. He sends you for a 500 experience quest. That's pretty easy. You just hit to lure some bees. So anyway, I'll come back when I'm at Devona. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do the Mesmer one. I'm not becoming a Mesmer, but it's just a pretty simple quest. So I'm gonna do it. And I'm actually gonna start the quest for the warrior profession after this. Alright, I'm not gonna turn that in yet. I'm really surprised that this name was available. Vampiric Axe. Anyway, I'm gonna use a sword for now. But I plan to be using an axe later. The heck, she died? I didn't know that was possible. What even killed her? Alright, I won't be able to... Whatever, I'll just do it. Okay, I think to begin, I'm just gonna put points in blood magic and maybe like 1 in soul reaping and 1 in swordsmanship, since I'm using a sword right now. This will actually be useful because I'm gonna need to get my armor, so... Alright, we made it to Ashford Abbey. So I'm now going to go into the catacombs so I can do the power of blood. But also Necromancer Mun's quest. Alright, I finished whatever this quest was. Necromancer's Novice. I'm not gonna do Rites of Remembrance. So now I'm gonna do Power of Blood. Whoa. I'm gonna die. Dude, these things could actually kill me. That vile touch kinda hurts, yo. Alright, well that was kind of scary. I nearly died to those. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Ashford Abbey now. Alright, gonna get the Divana quests here. And then I'm doing this Miller Upton one where you basically just pick up this honeycomb and then lure the bees over. Alright, finished that quest, got level 3. I'm just gonna put more into blood magic and I guess soul reaping. I think I'm also gonna start this quest because I'm gonna, for the warrior quest, I'm gonna have to go to Duke Barradin's place, so anyway, I'm gonna go and turn in or finish unsettling rumors. Alright, we got a tall shield. Let's wear that. I'd like a second profession. I already have one, so we just turn that in. I'm on my way, and I'm not leaving yet. But I'm just going to claim that 100 experience. So let's go back to her. I think this is the one where you see the char across the wall. Alright, back at Devona, so let's see. Tithe for Ashford Abbey. Opposition to the king is good because I need to go that way anyway. And then Trouble in the Woods is this one where you just go over here and then you see the char. Alright, turn in Trouble in the Woods. And then I'm going to do... yeah, so these two take me there. And then there's like 1 or 2 more quests I'm probably going to do, and then I'm going to go into post-searing. Yeah, I think I should be able to do this quest now where you just grab the Ashford Strongbox. So I'm going to use this, and then I just don't want to get trapped. See, I got stuck. Alright, we're not going to die. Basically, I guess you just kind of like trick them so they run that way. Then you pick up the strong box. And you run. But yeah, Power Blood is just broken. I don't know how long they're gonna follow me. Alright, so I'm turning in this quest and I get that shield I was talking about where you get health and armor versus char. Alright, so opposition to the king kind of pairs well with all the stuff I'm about to do because I talked to these 3 people to get their view on the king, I guess, and then I come over here and then he gives me the tithe, I don't know. And then I talk to her, turn in Power of Blood, and then opposition to the king is done. I'm gonna make my way though to Duke Barradin's estate, I think. Alright, made it to the Barradin estate. And he's got a quest for me. I don't think I'm gonna do that one. Oh nice, Frenzy's pretty good. What does he have for me? Okay, here we go. We got some axe skills. I didn't know there was 2 warrior quests that you could do. Alright, I'm gonna turn in this quest. Okay, level 4. I'm probably gonna get rid of that now. That's probably fine for now. Turn in that quest. And then I think the best thing to do now is go to Devona. I don't actually know how you say these names. Alright, turning in this 2 quests, I believe. Teeth. And then this one. Okay, I'm gonna go get a bear pelt, and then I'm gonna do 2 more quests. Actually 3. And then I'm gonna leave pre. Alright, just got the bear pelt. I'm gonna go in, turn it in to the lady. And then I'm gonna go and finish that quest. And then after that, I'm just gonna do 2 more quests and then I'm moving on. Alright, turn in this quest. Surprised it had space for that. Is there a merchant here? Alright, I'm gonna sell some stuff. There's 2 quests that Prince Rurik gives, and one of them pairs well with the last Necromancer quest I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna go to Pre. So he's got 2 quests here. I'm gonna do Char at the Gate and the Catacombs. Also, I'm gonna customize my axe for more damage. I don't actually have a stance, so I do have a stance. So this axe will be pretty good for now. I guess the only problem with doing melee as an Ironman is that eventually, like, I don't know, I just don't think it's that easy to get melee weapons. Alright, I'm gonna turn in this quest. I don't even know if you can. I guess you can, but it won't prompt you to pick a second profession. Alright, let's not die to these Char. Alright, he's dead. Alright, so we get that quest reward. Come on, buddy. Alright, now let's go and do Char in the Catacombs. I also forgot to grab a new Necromancer trainer because the game doesn't really have a good flow. I just got a pile of glittering dust, which is actually really good because to make the Necromancer headgear, you need 2 of them. And I don't really actually know to get that early on. So maybe I should like farm some of these until I get a second one. Alright, we just hit level 5. I think I'll put some more in Axe Mastery, maybe. Let me do that quick. That's good enough. Okay, I finally found where Oberon is. I'll probably just kill all of these, because if they could drop a pile of glittering dust, that'd be pretty nice. Alright, I don't know if that was worth it. I didn't get what I wanted, but that's fine. Alright, so what was I going to do? I just need to return to Ascalon City, give this to Prince Rurik, and then I'm done. I already don't have a salvage kit. But I don't really care, I made my money back. Okay, that's good enough for me for now. Let's go and finish, or get out of pre-searing, and almost level 6. Probably a little over leveled, but we'll go to pre-searing, or post-searing. God, it was all for nothing though. Too bad. Anyway, we're here in Old Ascalon. Anyway, let's turn this quest with Titus. And we're gonna bring a message. Alright, so here's the armor trader. I can't actually craft anything yet. I can craft the scar pattern though. I'm wondering what I should do. I think I'll just do blood magic because I want to have a lot of self-sustain on this. So I'm going to make that first. I'll probably do this quest. The only problem is, unfortunately, power attack is strength, so it's kind of useless. But sprint is nice. And then wild blow is good too. For great justice. I think I'll do that quest just because it unlocks skills, but that one... It does have a battle axe, but I don't really feel like it. What about this guy? I think that one's pretty easy, so I'll do it. Alright, we hit level 6. Dude, this thing has a lot of armor. What should I level up? I'll just put some more in Axe Mastery. So I've arrived in what used to be Ashford Abbey. And there's 2 quests here for necromancers. And I think they unlock some good stuff. Oh, this one doesn't really. But I think it's pretty easy, so I'm just going to do it. But Dark Pact and Mark of Pain are good. Alright, this one's like so easy. I feel like they just add these quests in case you somehow didn't do the quest. I don't, in like pre-searing, because it just unlocks all this. Alright, so we finished this quest, so we'll get a good, what I would say is one of the best necromancer skills in the game, which is Mark of Pain. So that can probably be good, and then we get 2 more from this quest. So let's go and do it. I don't really see me using either of those, but just did to unlock them in case I ever do. Alright, we get Vile Touch, but it's death magic, so it doesn't really fit with the build. And then for Great Justice, I guess this could be good right now. I just don't know what to put. I guess get rid of Res Signet for now. And then we turn in that quest too. I don't really care about doing that one. Alright, escorted these guys back and I get sprint and power attack. Unfortunately, power attack isn't any use to me, but sprint is nice for some speed, I guess, if I want it. Alright, that quest is over and now I'm going to level up something. I think at this point I'll probably do... Yeah, I'll just do another Axe Mastery for now. Alright, now I'm going to make my way to Pike Square. There's a bunch of quests in Pike Square, so I'd like to get there. And my goal right now is just farming. Oh yeah, this Ascalonian Hunter will lead you there, I'm pretty sure. So I just got another, well I just got a Char Hide. So I can salvage that for Tanite Square, which is something very needed right now. So I still need another 10 of them, I think. Alright, we've got some quests that we can start here. This guy sells armor, but Shadow Strike is pretty good, I guess. I need to farm Char, so I might as well do all these quests. Alright, you're gonna turn this in. I don't think I'm going to use either of those ever. I mean, Endure Pain could be good maybe, but... Alright, we got another Char Hide, so I can salvage that. Also got a Mind Spark Garb, so... I mean, I don't know if Bolts of Cloth are needed for Necromancer armor, but I'm sure they'll be needed in the future. Hopefully, if I make it that far. Alright, the supply bearers have made it back to the Duke. Alright, I'm gonna go and turn in these quests because the others are in Diessa Plateau, or Lowlands Plateau is Guild Wars 2. I don't care about Soul Feast. Alright, I'm gonna turn in Casualty Report, not turn it in, but give it. Defend a Wall is a primary quest. I'm gonna be doing that after I do some of these Diessa quests, because I need to collect my armor first. And I think while I'm here, I'm going to make the tunic. I'll just make the Tyrian leggings, and because at least there'll be a chance, a small chance, that I will roll them. What do they look like in pink? It almost looks red, to be honest. Alright, I got Shadow Strike. I mean, I guess it could be good to like open with. It's definitely better than Vampiric Touch, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, we gotta just bring him back to Pike and Square, but there's like no other enemies, so it should be easy. Alright, we made it back to Piken. It wasn't very hard, but now that'll get me the Dismember, I think, which is really good for, like, it inflicts a deep wound. So I'll probably do that over Weaken Armor, because right now Weaken Armor isn't very useful, since I think only the melee char have higher than 60 armor. Alright, so now I'm gonna make my way to DSL Lowlands. Alright, we got some Stalker armor, so that is another, it's 2 Tanite squares, nice. So I've got these, so I need, I don't know, probably like 10 more now. I can't remember. Another Char hide, so we can salvage that. I just got a tan hide square from the Axe Fiend armor. I didn't know that you could actually get that from Axe Fiend armor, so that's nice. So I don't know what's going on in this situation, but she's just like running around with her head cut off. So I just kind of have to, like, you know, manage myself. This is why I wanted to be like a blood magic melee touch thing, because like I don't trust her at all. She sucks badly. But anyway, we're coming up on Diessa Lowlands. I'm probably going to put more in blood magic next level up, which is pretty close. So my goal here right now, I'm just going to get to Greenwich Courthouse, because I want to be able to, like, I guess, like, use it as like a staging area for the quest, because I don't want to go super deep into the place and not have it. Alright, I just got level 8. I think I'm going to put some in blood magic. Whoops, blood magic now. But anyway, we're coming up on Greenwich Courthouse. I think I'll probably just finish some of these quests and then go and do the first couple missions. What does this guy have? Ooh, a belt pouch. Alright, and during Greenwich Courthouse, I'm gonna merchant here, and also I need to really rezone because this useless healer henchman had like way too much death penalty. Another Stalker armor drop. Hopefully it gives me 2. Only 1. Alright. So, unfortunately, Althea's dead. Oh no. Well, lucky for her, your ashes become a trinket in Guild Wars 2. Yay. Alright, I'm gonna do this last quest, and I think I'm done doing quests. I didn't get all the stuff I needed for my armor, which is unfortunate, but... Alright, the Duke's daughter. Sorry your daughter's dead, dude. And then we get 1,000 experience for that. I'm not gonna do that. That's way too difficult. I don't want to die. Let's get the Tyrian boots and Tyrian gloves. So now we got everything except the body, which is 5 more. But that's better than nothing. I mean, it's basically like probably like a 3 in 8 chance that I don't hit my maximum armor. So I'm gonna do a quick overview before I start the first mission. So I don't really know what I'm doing build-wise yet. I haven't decided. I mean, I want like survivability, so I don't have to rely on the healer, because the healer henchman is really bad. And so I do want some survivability. I know that these two skills are probably staying for a while, and Wild Blow is always good, and for Great Justice you can't really go wrong with that. Cyclone Axe, not totally sure, but I plan to add some Necromancer touch skills eventually to the build. But right now, I mean, obviously a lot of them are unlocked later in the campaign, and I need to finish the rest of my armor, just this one piece. So hopefully I get the 5 pieces throughout these missions. But these missions, I'm pretty over leveled for them, so it should be fine.